They will never want to leave you. How to become incredibly attractive and irresistible so that they never want to leave you. Once you can realize you are irreplaceable, once you know this as your truth, they will never want to leave you. When it comes to attracting love, it's what you feel about you dominantly that attracts, and your outer world is simply mirroring back to you what your true dominant beliefs are about you. I remember in my past relationships how I felt already this dominant belief of not being chosen or having an inner knowing that they would leave one day, because that was my pattern. That was the theme in my past. Thankfully, not now. I would literally lose my self-worth in these relationships, and not just loving ones, but with friends and family too. I would want to please so much that I thought I had to change myself consistently, constantly, to make sure that these people stayed and treated me how I so desperately wanted to be treated. It was so exhausting. I was always questioning myself. What else can I do? Maybe if I just do this, maybe if I just do that, maybe if I just say this. But in the end, I would just have this deep knowing that I wasn't worthy or enough. No matter what I did, it was never enough. And that was what was reflected back to me, because this was my pattern. This was my pattern. And I always knew I was the common denominator. I just didn't know why until I looked at what was going on within me. So if you're carrying around a story and you see a pattern in your life of people leaving you or not being treated how you deserve, and you deserve to be treated in such a loving way, you are going to be carrying around a story of unworthiness fundamentally. Maybe you think, and I see this a lot with my clients, maybe the story is there must be something wrong with you. You see, this energy based on your belief system about who you are is what is reflected to you from others. When we have these beliefs, and they generally stem from our childhood, and they mine did, you know, whether it is purposeful abandonment or just some form of being abandoned, what has happened is that your mind has created this program that because of what happened to you in your past, it must be something to do with you because of you. It must be your fault, that there is something wrong with you. We then take on this belief and that we have to make each others happy, others happy, even when that means abandoning who we are, just so they will stay, just so they will see you or want you or commit to you or treat you nicely. But what you're doing is you're abandoning yourself to meet these other people's needs. When you can become aware of this and you can stop abandoning yourself, and again, this is something that I've learned, you can do this with having boundaries. You can do this by saying no, and it is okay to say no. I would speak up in a way that was allowing myself to be heard, and not because I was being triggered by a situation. I learned to express myself in a way that meant that I could be heard and taken fucking seriously. If something in my life happens that I don't like, I speak up now. I know that no matter what, no matter how the other person reacts to me, that's nothing to do with me. That's their stuff. That's their shit. What I have learned is that I am worthy and that I am no longer abandoning myself to fucking please others. And therefore, I am more and more respected. If I choose not to speak up, I'm allowing unwanted behavior from others, and that will only continue. I'll only get more of that, and I'm not ever going to do that to myself again, that's for sure. So if I speak up and state how that isn't something, for example, I can have in my life or in a relationship, that this is what I need, the person has a choice. They can leave if they feel that they cannot adapt to what it is that I need, or they can change and adapt to what and how I feel I deserve. Either way, I am winning. I am letting go of what is unwanted, or I'm creating more of what I do want and deserve. So having healthy boundaries and speaking up is so extremely attractive, and people will respect you more and more and more for this too. Fundamentally, what you're doing is you're no longer bending or accepting unwanted behaviors, and you are simply just being yourself. And that is so attractive. They will value you and they will respect you more. Whether they stay or go, it doesn't matter. When you can let go of the feeling of being abandoned and abandoning yourself, and you can start to show up for you and speak your truth, being yourself, you will be even more respected. You see, the fear that generally holds us back is that you will be abandoned. They will reject you. But the actual truth is, they will respect you more. When we are no longer abandoning ourselves, we're saying we accept who we are. And the more we can fully accept who we are, the more we will be receiving this, the more we will get this reflected to us, because everyone is a mirror to your true dominant beliefs. What will happen is that this will stop any of that energy being pushed out of lack. When we do not fully accept ourselves, we're saying we are not enough. And this is the energy that will get pushed out. And this is what will repel people. This is what will get people to treat you badly. So understanding that you are just as you are good enough, you are enough, and you know that you are worthy. Whether you've received a message from someone, whether somebody comes into your life or not, whether they leave you or not, when you can fundamentally show up knowing that you're good either way, and this is how you are starting to live your life, you're releasing resistance. You're releasing the need to control the outcome of any situation, because you know fundamentally that you are enough. So if you have a date with someone and they don't message you for whatever reason, or maybe you go on a second date, this has nothing to do with you, whether they message you or they don't message you, unless you can see a pattern. Now, if there is a pattern of you're not being chosen, then obviously that's something that you're going to be wanting to look at and revise. You can change your energy around that. But ask yourself, how do you feel? How do you feel? Whether somebody messages you or not, whether they want to see you again or not, it's time to choose you, to realize that you are enough no matter what. Doing things that light up your life, that make you happy. Enjoy what is happening when it is happening, and stop focusing on what you want and forcing it to be. Allow it and be yourself. Every time I attracted relationships, whether that was new relationships or whether it was exes coming back, it was when I was living my fulfilled life, when I was having fun, just being me. And the best times I had in these relationships was when I was just being me too. When we keep thinking about, I must have this, I must have that now, I've got to have kids by this time because I'm getting older, or I've got to get married by this time because I just have to. All you're doing is putting unnecessary pressure and resistance on you and your desires, and this will block it. So have fun, let it go, just have fun. Any negative resistant energy that you have been holding on to will go. So if you meet someone, enjoy it. Don't spend time thinking about whether they'll text you or not, whether you will hear from them or not, whether they'll be the one you want to get married to or not. What will be, will be. And when you do this, you're applying these steps. You're not abandoning yourself anymore. You're not bending over backwards for others, by creating healthy boundaries and standing up for yourself in a healthy way. That is going to get you more respect, and people will value you more. This is where you start to become more attractive to people and irresistible to them. The next step is accepting yourself. This is me. This is who I am, and I am worthy. I am enough just for being me. And like I said, enjoying your life, enjoying yourself, have fun being you, being your true, authentic you, detaching to outcomes, and just enjoy the ride, the journey for what it is, allowing it to work itself out. And finally, understanding that there will be people that will leave you. They will leave your life, but it's not a bad thing. I've had a lot of people leave, and it's just created more love in my life. What you're doing now is you're showing up to the world with values, valuing yourself, accepting yourself, and respecting who you are. So some people will leave, but like I said, that is a good thing. If they're not treating you how you want them to, you now get to choose. You have the power. You hold the power. You get to choose the people that you want to have in your life, and choosing people that will naturally choose you too, that are aligned to you and your values. And when you can let go of abandoning yourself, and you can show up with an open heart, being vulnerable, no matter what, this will be so attractive to not all people, but the right ones. And they will be the ones that will stay. So opening your heart will break you out of any old patterns of attracting emotionally unavailable people in your life. And as I said, some will embrace this And those that are not able to receive this, they'll just float away. And the more you show up with an open heart, the more you will attract the right people in your life. This is why doing a self-love practice is so, so important, guys. It is so powerful, because what you are doing, you're learning to be you. And you being you is so incredibly irresistible and attractive. You know, I used this analogy in another video recently, but remember when you used to go on those dates with people, or you go on dates with people that you know instantly, you just know you don't want to see them again. You just showed up as you were, unapologetically you. And this is why they wanted to see you again, because they always do. And those that you dated that you really, really wanted to see again, and you stressed about, and you were thinking, are they going to message me or not? They're the ones that mostly won't get back in touch with you. So what you want to be doing is focusing on you, being your true authentic self, showing up vulnerably, because you, just as you are, is extremely powerful. So it's time to stop abandoning yourself. It's time to start healing yourself, knowing that either way, whatever happens, you're good. You are good. You are enough just as you are. And then that is how you get people, the right people, to come into your life and stay. When you know who you are, guess what else happens? Your confidence soars. And confidence is extremely attractive and draws more people into you, more people into your life. So if you want to find out how to heal, how to become unapologetically you, how to accept yourself fully, having boundaries that are healthy for you, opening up your heart and being vulnerable so you can let down that guard of being emotionally unavailable, so you can attract the love and the right people into your life. I offer a variety of coaching programs and workshops and masterclasses, one-on-one sessions, programs that deep dive into all of this. So if you want to find out more, you can just click the link below, or you can email me at natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com. And that's it, guys. That is how they will never leave you, because you have stopped leaving and abandoning yourself. And as I said, that is extremely irresistible. Take care, everybody. I will be back very soon.